ESPN Chicago Bulls beat writer Nick Friedell is with us now. What's the initial reaction to Rose being done for the season?
Chris, everybody is shocked within the organization. They can't believe that this has happened again. And I think the players knew, having talked to them in L.A. yesterday, that this was coming down. And they were just stunned. They feel horrible for him on a personal level. But on a professional level, they know it's over. For this core, for this group of the Bulls, they know that they're not going to win a title without Derrick Rose. And the difference is last season, they were built to play without him. And this year, they were built to play with him as the superstar of a title contender. And now he's gone, and they know that their chances went down with him.
You spoke of last year, and Coach Thibodeau did a great job of just galvanizing this team, and even the fight they put up against the Heat in the postseason, really getting them to compete. How does he do that again, Nick?
It's going to be the toughest challenge of his professional career, Chris, because you can only go to that emotional well so many times. And if you're Tom Thibodeau, you can keep saying you have more than enough to win with, and you believe in the guys in the locker room, but that's just not the case. The Bulls don't even have as much talent as they had last season. So I don't know how Tibbs is going to be able to sell his guys that they can go out and still win lots of games and go where they want to go, because they don't have Derrick. Those guys in that locker room are smart. They knew that when they were building up last season and into this year, they were building with Derrick in mind, that he was going to be the leader and the guy who's going to score 20 or 25 points. Now that he's out, they know that they have no shot. They can win games, but what's the end game? Are you going to win a first-round playoff series? They can't win a title, and no matter what Tibbs tries to sell them on, even he knows the truth.
Is there any chance they'd go out and try to get a bigger-name point guard?
I'm sure Garth Foreman and John Paxson will try, but there's not a lot of guys out there that are readily available. And as we know, there's not a lot of stars to begin with that you can go out and get on the open market. So the Bulls are just stuck. It was like stepping into a time warp the last couple of days, because they knew that it was a bad dream. They knew they had no shot, and they knew that without Rose, their future was in doubt, because how can you count on a guy now to come back and play at a superstar level who's had 2 separate knee surgeries?
Yeah, and that's the other half of the story. Part of it is the shock for the franchise now, and then just the sadness to see such an incredible player lost for really 2 full seasons and a little more at the prime of his career.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is people forget, Chris, that he missed half the games the year he blew out his ACL. So it's about 50 games in the last 3 seasons. And to think that the Bulls were in the Eastern Conference Finals just a couple short years ago against Miami, they had home court advantage, they had a 1-0 lead, they thought the future was extremely bright, and now all of a sudden there is no future with this core. They're going to have to retool. They're going to have to decide if they can build around Rose. They're going to have to decide if they want to trade Lou all day. They have a lot of serious question marks for a team just a couple short years ago that everybody thought was right there in the upper echelon in the NBA.
And they were right there. This is the worst possible news for the franchise. ESPN Chicago's Nick Friedell joining us. Derrick Rose lost for the year. Thank you, Nick.